Hello learners, myself S. Nagarajan, Assistant Professor of Physics, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. In this presentation, I am going to discuss the topic thermal conductivity of solids. Consider a rectangular block of solid substance which has opposite faces of different temperatures, theta 1 high temperature, theta 2 low temperature. Opposite faces have same area of cross section A. The hot end and cold end of the solid is separated by a distance or length x. The amount of heat conducted from hot end to the cold end is directly proportional to the area of cross section A and temperature difference between the two ends of the solid theta 1 minus theta 2 and directly proportional to the time of heat conduction and inversely proportional to the length between the two ends of the solid. In general, Q is equal to K solid times A theta 1 minus theta 2 times T divided by X. The quantity theta 1 minus theta 2 by X is called temperature gradient, which indicates the rate of fall of temperature with respect to distance. The K solid coefficient of thermal conductivity of a solid depends on the nature of the solid material. The expression for K solid is equal to Qx divided by A times theta 1 minus theta 2 times T. If area of cross section is 1 meter square, temperature difference between hot end and cold end is 1 Kelvin, length of the substance is 1 meter, that is distance between hot end and cold end is 1 meter. For time, once again, the amount of heat conducted is equal to the coefficient of thermal conductivity of a solid. The SI unit of thermal conductivity of solid is watt per meter per Kelvin. We can define coefficient of thermal conductivity of solid as amount of heat conducted per second normally across unit area of cross section of the solid material per unit temperature difference per unit length. Here this table shows the values of coefficient of thermal conductivity of some materials at room temperature. See, copper, its value is 400, aluminium 240, silver 430, brass 109, nickel 91, iron 80, wood 0.17, ordinary glass 0.8, red brick 0.6, cardboard 0.04, rubber 0.14. From these values you can observe that copper, aluminium, silver, brass, nickel, iron, they are all good thermal conductors. Wood, glass, brick, cardboard, rubber, they are all bad conductors for heat. That bad conductors of heat, these are also called as thermal insulators. We need both good conductors of heat as well as bad conductors of heat in our daily life usage. To understand better, we now see a numerical problem on thermal conductivity of a solid. The question is, the amount of heat conducted per hour through a glass window of area 0.5 meter square and thickness 7 millimeter is 3.2 10 power 6 joule. The temperature difference of inside and outside of the glass window is 15 Kelvin. Calculate the thermal conductivity of glass window. We know the formula. Thermal conductivity of a solid is equal to Q times X divided by A times theta 1 minus theta 2 times T. The Q value is 3.2 10 power 6 and X is 7 millimeter. Area of cross section 0.5 meter square. The temperature difference is 15 Kelvin and time for heat conduction is 1 hour. 1 hour contains 60 minutes. Each minute is equal to 60 seconds. So we have to express, remember in the formula, all the quantity we have to express in the SI unit values. Then only we will get the thermal conductivity value in watt per meter per Kelvin in SI unit. When you substitute all these value and simplify, you can get 0.83. This is the problem. So this is solution for the problem. Okay. Students, you can check the values by solving this problem. Now we look the heat conduction of compound medium in series. Now if I have two materials of different coefficient of thermal conductivity K1 and K2 and different area of cross section or same area of cross section, but again different length or same length x1 and x2, how now heat will flow from one end to the other end. So we need to find the expression for heat conduction through a compound medium in series. Okay, consider a medium of two different materials A and B with the thermal conductivities K1 and K2 and thickness x1 and x2 respectively and connected in series. The outer faces of the materials A and B are theta 1 and theta 2. The temperature of the contact surface here this is the contact surface of both materials A and B, different materials. When the steady state temperature is reached, the amount of heat flowing per second through materials A and B are same. Suppose if you ask a question, what is a steady state? Okay, if you keep thermometers and the blocks of A and B, while heat is flowing through that, the different blocks shows different temperature, but there is no change in temperature with respect to time, but the temperature shows different from the hot end. That is, steady state means the temperature changes with respect to only distance from the hot end, not with respect to time. Okay, now once the steady state is reached, amount of heat flowing through material A per second is given by QA is equal to K1 times A times theta 1 minus theta. Theta 1 is the hot end of the temperature, theta is the contact surface temperature, and divided by x1, the length of the material A. Similarly, amount of heat flowing through the material B per second is QB is equal to K2 times A times theta, that constant, the temperature at the contact surface, minus theta 2 divided by x2. In steady state conditions, that we learnt already, that QA is equal to QB. Substituting the expressions for QA and QB on left hand side and right hand side, and changing over to a single equation, that is x2 multiplied in the left hand side, right hand side is multiplied by x1, and further simplifying x1 K1 x2 theta 1 minus K1 x2 theta, K2 x1 theta minus K2 x1 theta 2. On this equation, rearranging the terms, that is common terms on theta right hand side and other terms on the left hand side, we can get K1 x2 theta 1 plus K2 x2 theta 2 is equal to K2 x1 plus K1 x2 times theta. What we need is, we need the expression for theta, so we can write theta is equal to K1 x2 theta 1 plus K2 x1 theta 2 divided by K2 x1 plus K1 x2, or we can divide the numerator and denominator both by K1 and K2, product of K1 and K2, and we can rearranging and simplify, we can write x2 by K2 times T1 plus x1 by K1 theta 2 divided by x2 by K2 plus x1 by K1. So this is the expression for the temperature at the contact surface of two different materials having different thermal conductivity values. To find now how much amount of heat flowing through the substance after the steady state condition is reached, we can simply say QA equal to QB is equal to some constant Q, say, right? Then I can rewrite this equation, Q is equal to K1 times A times theta 1 minus theta divided by x1 is equal to x1q multiplying this x1 and keeping this x1k in denominator, x1q divided by k1 times A is equal to theta 1 minus theta. Similarly, from the expression from QB, I can rewrite x2 QB by k2A is equal to theta minus theta 2. When adding and above two equations on both sides, left hand side and right hand side, theta minus theta plus theta get cancelled. So right hand side is theta 1 minus theta 2. Left hand side x1 q divided by k1a plus x2 q divided by k2a. Now which is common? Q is common. So take out q outside. Then x1 k1 plus x2 by k1 commonly multiplied. The a is again on simplification. We can get q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 times a divided by x1 by k1 plus x2 by k2. This is the expression for quantity of heat flowing per second in a compound medium when the bodies are connected in series. Now to understand this, we now just solve a numerical problem. The question is, the copper rod of length 0.5 meter and cross sectional area 6 into 10 power minus 6 meter square is connected in series with an iron rod of same area of cross section and length 0.25 meter. One end of the copper rod is immersed in boiling water and the far end of the iron rod is immersed in ice bath at 0 degree Celsius. Find the rate of transfer of heat from boiling water to ice bath if thermal conductivities of copper and iron are 401 and 80 watt per meter per Kelvin respectively. Also find the temperature of the contact surface of these rods. So we have just now learnt the formula. So the quantity of rate of transfer of heat means Q divided by T. So per second, okay, heat amount of heat transferred per second is called rate of transfer of heat. Rate of transfer of heat from boiling water to ice bath is given by Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 times A divided by x1 by k1 plus x2 by k2. We know that boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. In expressed in Kelvin, it is 373 and 0 degree Celsius 273 Kelvin. Here the area of cross section is given A is equal to 6 into 10 power minus 6 and substituting the values x1 in everything is in meter, x1 is in 0.5 meter, x2 0.25 meter, k1 401 and k2 60 80, and substituting all these value we can get, and on simplification we can get the quantity Q is equal to 0.13 joule per second. Similarly, to find the temperature of the contact surface of the two materials, theta is equal to x2 by k2 times theta 1 plus x1 by k1 times theta 2 divided by x2 by k2 plus x1 by k1, and substituting all these value we can on simplification we can get that contact surface temperature is 344.43 Kelvin. Now heat we will look through the how heat will be conducted in a compound medium when they are connected in parallel. Again here you can see, consider a compound material of two different materials A and B with the thermal conductivity is K1 and K2 and the thickness is x1 and the other thickness is x2. The opposite faces of the materials of A and B are at temperature theta 1 and theta 2. Here you can see the heat flow is parallel. Remember, heat enters the A material and heat leaves, heat flows out from the material B. Okay, this is a parallel connection. Now again amount of heat flowing through material A per second, using the expressions of thermal conductivity we can write QA is equal to K1 times A1 times theta 1 minus theta 2 by x1. Amount of heat flowing through the material B per second is QB is equal to K2 times A2 times theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by x2. Now heat flowing through the material per second in parallel, where the materials are connected in parallel, just remember Q is total heat is equal to Q times A plus Q times B. Now substituting the values of expression values QA QB here and rewriting the theta 1 minus theta 2 is common here, so you take it out and simplify further. You can that is just rewrite the equation as Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 times k1 a1 by x1 plus k2 a2 by x2. This is the expression for amount of heat flowing in two different bodies per second when they are connected in parallel, right? Theta 1 hot temperature of the material, that is A. Theta 2, that is low temperature. Again K1 thermal conductivity value of material A, and this is material B. Area of cross sections A1 A2 corresponds to the corresponding material A and B. Okay, and x1 distance, that is length of the material A, again x2 length of the material B. To understand this, we do now a numerical problem. The question is, a rectangular block of cross sectional area 1 meter square and thickness 0.5 meter is connected in parallel with another block of different material of area of cross section 2 meter square and thickness 1 meter. The temperature difference between the opposite faces of the blocks connected in parallel heat flow is 100 Kelvin. Find the rate of transfer of heat if the thermal conductivities of materials are 400 and 109 watt per meter per Kelvin respectively. We know the formula, just now we derived. Q is equal to, in parallel connection, heat flow will be, amount of heat flow is Q is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 times K1 A1 by x1 plus K2 A2 by x2. So difference, the values are given. Theta 1 minus theta is equal to 100, K1 value is 400, A1 is 1 meter square, A2 is 2 meter square, K2 is 109, x1 value is 0.5 and x2 is 1. Just substituting all the values in proper SI units and simplify, we can get that rate of transfer of heat, okay, is Q is equal to 1 into 10 power 5 joules per second.